Alrighty, let's get this bad boy started. Woo! It is time, once again, to continue the story. And of course, he goes to get a drink just as we're about to start. Go figure. Meh. Anyway. Get this started in just a moment when he gets back from his beverage. How do I show the art? No, show players. It's the token. No. Show token art, right? Setting. Settings. Blarb. Why is the token name all switched up? Prototype token. Ah. Update that. So it actually is accurate. See if dang. I'll keep that in mind next time. Alright, so we're gonna get this bad boy started. Let's get it started. And badoop. Alright. Okay.
All right, I'm back. I found this. I'm using Pretzel Rocks for music on my stream because it's like DMCA copyright free and all that. Stream safe, and they have a curated playlist. That's called League of Legends. I don't know if it's supposed to be music
It
from
fits
the
with
game.
League.
What's up?
It's stuff that fits with League play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. But it goes really well with the kind of theme that I wanted, or the sound that I wanted for this D&D campaign. I'd been looking for like kind of epic, almost cinematic
There is an
style music.
epic and cinematic, both
Yeah,
tabs.
I've tried both of them, and those are good too. But this one seems pretty good so far as well. I mean, this one's like almost spot on.
I found a lot with the epics and cinematic. I found that it would work a lot of times, but then it would go through periods where none of it fit.
Exactly. It would
Um,
be fitting for something completely different, um, and like make sense to be in the genre, but just like the tone would just change completely from one song to another sometimes.
I used the epic one a lot while playing Hogwarts.
Oh
Whew,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I had to cough. All right. So, who would like to do a recap for archival purposes?
Sorry, I don't remember what happened last game.
Okay, give it a shot because we 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 all worked to do this earlier.
Oops, I have it on the wrong screen. There we go.
Okay, so we were continuing on our journey north toward the downed airship that we saw along the back of Toys, the strange earth elemental tortoise creature that was quite helpful and friendly and brought us closer and closer um, to our goals. One of which was Cha was looking for a place where he could learn more about the obsidian key around his neck, and we were going to look for that down to airship. So we found this strange space with these glowing orbs, and we entered into this area. Yavara and Cha made first contact with this strange crystal structure, a rug thrown over an altar. Were immediately pushed away by some kind of disturbed or upset entity that told Niavaro that the Dark Six weren't welcome, who she's been getting made contact with. Told Cha that he wasn't welcome, that the Dark Ones weren't welcome. Um, and so they started to head away while everyone else sort of hung back until we gave the all clear. Um, so Cha was just like, "Oh, that's weird," and Niavara was just pissed. She's like, "This altar's racist," and so she went back at it again and was able to make deeper contact and have an entire discussion with this entity that we don't know much about. We don't know much about the conversation. And at some point, there were other, I don't remember the timing of everything, but Raul came down, landed on the crystal, landed on the rug, no contact there. Iavara told Kozik that he could potentially use this altar to make contact with maybe his goddess or patron. Veldrin still just chilling, staring at his book, doesn't seem interested in any of this. Raul was launching energy bolts into the orbs and getting them reflected back, different spells, and we found out that he was trapped inside one of them and in agonizing psychic pain for a while, which none of us know about yet. Um, Kozik, I think, made contact with one of the cats that are connected to your matron. Cha preyed on this rug and made contact with an entirely different entity, one that called itself Grav or Gravel or the Keeper. And he had a whole discussion about this or with this entity about how it was trapped. It was trapped by its own family, which sounds like another high powered godlike entity. It wants to come back and be released, which I think has something to do with Cha's key, so that it can, quote, fix things. We don't know if that means annihilate all of existence or actually, do some good for people. We're not quite sure about that. But the obsidian scaled dragonborn lizard creature that we met, or that Cha met, back at the Mimic, the tavern we first met at, was apparently this being's child. And it also has a message for someone named Kyrie. And it knows who the Dark Six are. Didn't seem to have a big problem with them, wasn't sort of pro or con with the Dark Six, which could also be a red flag, maybe. Um, so that was what Cha's experience was. Zed, we then told Zed that he should go on this rug and maybe communicate. Cha asked if he wanted to communicate with his captain, because up until now we didn't know anything, whether they were dead or alive or what. Zed hadn't told us yet. So Zed did make contact with his captain, Captain Thatcher, who was in another world, another realm, with all of the rest of the crew on their own strange ethereal ship or something, probably dead since they can take off their body parts and replace them. We don't know. Um, but let's see what else happened there. That's also connected to the dream, the shared dream that Zed and Cha had, where they were in this starry ethereal space and looking at this cloud entity, which happens to be this Grav being. It's all kind of coming together in a very strange and roundabout way that our destinies are truly entwined here. But we also learned that Zed told us afterward that his crew vanished and he was totally alone on his ship out at sea and had to pilot the thing back in, which is very difficult because it's a needed to be fully crewed to even sail, and made his way back to port eventually and has been experiencing his life since then. And let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, and then Raul was having this terrible experience that none of us know about. Was launching spells at these orbs and blasted one open and totally wiped out this altar, no longer functional. And that was pretty much where we left off. Cha had realized that this was probably the place where Toys had told him to go to find out more about his key. And so now our journey would be toward the downed airship. Let me know if I left anything out, but that's kind of what I remember.
Sounds about right to me, unless there was anything else anybody wanted to add.
Entity, what was his name? Grav or something?
Grav or Grav L.
He seemed a little bit, I don't know. There was some ambivalence about him.
Yeah.
He wasn't very alpha or what. I don't know what the right word for it was.
Yeah, he wasn't taking a stance in any particular direction. Kind of reminded
Like he
me
said, I
of
don't
T
know
of
a lot,
Moonblade.
or yeah.
And he'd been trapped there for, it sounds like, potentially eons. That he helped create existence itself with his quote unquote family, who also beat him up and trapped him where he is. Oh, and I do remember him saying that he was happy that his family didn't know about us yet, about our group.
Not a good sign.
There's one more thing too, kind of OOC, a little backstory about Zed. Um, he's just kind of, and I don't even know if he's truly realized the full potential yet, but he's just realized that he's capable of like casting spells, that he has some sort of connection to the arcane plane. He accidentally casted Mage Hand when he was kind of fidgeting with his little raven coin. That was the first time that he's actually noticed that he's done it. However, we were talking about him piloting the ship back all alone. What he didn't know, which is why this is some kind of OOC backstory, was he had been casting the Mage Hand. The Mage Hand had been kind of helping him, and he didn't really know that it was kind of a combination effort, if you will. The hand's helping him. He's more or less helping himself, but he doesn't realize it. So I think that's kind of a neat little caveat to him getting back alone. Is he believes that he did, but he doesn't understand how he was able to captain this ship and actually sail it all by himself. But that would be how.
Oh, bitching. And you have no idea why your character would be connected to the arcane. this point?
Nope.
Cool. Oh, and
The
one
only
other
thing that I
thing, there
guess
was
we have to go on was that dream, that kind of shared dream.
some maybe connection to wherever your captain and your crew are. And then why weren't you taken? You don't, it doesn't seem like you know. Why were you left all alone? Yeah, and one other thing, there was a private conversation between Cha and Niavara in which she was talking about the changelings and about Veldrin's arm a bit. But she asked that Cha not discuss that at all. She agreed not to. But that was just another thing that happened in that session. Bing,
Alrighty.
bang, boom.
Whamma-lamma ding dong. All right. So you get your inspiration.
Groovy.
And we are picking up where we left off. Right here at this. I mean, the orbs are still glowing. It's just, communication seems to have ceased. Raul did his thing. He's over there now. What are you guys doing as we're picking up from pretty much where we left off? Ooh.
I think we all noticed now that Raul dismantled this thing, and it's like we're all looking at him like, Raul, what's going on?
I think he's still putting pizza in the oven.
Oh. So Cha would turn to Zed and be like, Zed, you were just talking to your captain for the first time since he disappeared from your ship.
I almost still can't believe I heard his voice.
So when I asked you to talk to your captain, I thought that he was alive and that your crew was somewhere. But you went and talked to that altar knowing that they were gone. It's cool. You
Well,
made
they gone
contact.
somewhere.
That's a big deal.
They gone somewhere, but still, I'm not sure where, but I've got means and the plans to find them.
Well, it seems like wherever this grab is, if we're going to consider releasing them from their imprisonment, with my key here, and your captain, they're all in the same place.
You figure? All right. Well,
I mean, that's what was in the dream. The same cloud your captain was veering into.
oh, that was the being that you were hearing from.
I think so.
Holy
It's
shit!
drawn your crew, and it's drawing
Okay.
me. And it seems like this key is the key to releasing it from its prison. I don't know what your crew has to do with this or why it's there.
Well, I do remember that in that dream we were. It was as if we were running from something. Like there was some sort of creature. It was like it had like a snail shell on the top of it or something like that, and it had almost like a hermit crab or something, but it was massive. Captain Thatcher saw it first, and he just said, "All right, trust me, boys. If we get through this, I'm buying you all a pint." And he steered the ship right into that odd cloud. That was the last I saw him.
I wonder if that snail thing was maybe the family member who is keeping Grav in prison. I don't know.
It is
Don't know where.
possible. However, Kozik, you remember when we were on watch that one night, doing quite a fine job, by the way. And we were investigating that tree. We got wrapped up by all the bramble. We ended up in like some cave.
We
And
were
there was
we were confronted with this some sort of revengeful entity, right? He was like a spirit of vengeance, and he knew you.
So I'm thinking that it's quite possible whatever we were running from had a potential to do with that fella as well.
Hmm.
I can't be certain, but
Why weren't you taken with the others?
either I don't know. There are times I close my eyes and I just wish I had been, but I
Strange.
I don't want to say that I was left behind, but maybe they were trying to save me from something.
Were you running from something when it happened? What mission were you on when it happened?
It felt like a dream. I don't even recall this happening. But then the way that you described it and the odd similarities, I, it's almost as moments are going by, I feel more and more relationship to this sort of dream that I had,
I
as if
mean, but
it's
in reality, when your crew were taken on your ship, what mission were you on then? What were you doing? Were you looking for something? Were you running from something?
oh well no we were we were sailing when I realized the crew was gone. It was as if I woke up from a dream. I We were all sleeping. It was a quiet, calm night. We were more or less heading back to port to offload some of the, you know, things that we might have collected along the way. But no, there was no sense of panic or anything like that. We weren't really. Well, now that I think about it, I can't remember what we were doing. As if I
Ah, remember.
I have memory of my childhood, and I have all these memories of the ship and the crew, but for whatever reason, I can't piece together what led up to that evening. It's as if it's been removed from my memory or something. I typically don't struggle with this problem.
Whoa. Wow. Do you think? Ah, so it seems like you were chosen to remain, maybe. I don't know. I wish we could talk to your captain again.
I, def- I didn't even think to ask him any of these questions. I was just so shocked to hear his voice.
Sure. Well, we might see them in person if they're people still.
Of course, they're people. What are you,
If we can
you know
figure
about?
out how to get there. We can get there. I mean, look, we're here. This isn't even. This is the whole other plane. Maybe we can get there. Maybe bring
You,
them back. Maybe they're trapped.
everybody except for Raul can roll me a quick history check, see if you remember something.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Everyone?
Everyone but Raul.
Oh,
That
it's as if
definitely
it's been
knows a ton.
it's as if it's been removed from my memory.
Appropriate. Kosick, maybe.
Yep. Kozik, you recall that actually, were you there for that? You recall the party had said something about having a job that paid money, that, they were gonna go turn it in at some point.
Well, we were going to investigate, right? Some sort of disturbances. It all seems like so long ago. Oh, we were
Particular
For the
collecting
mayor?
collecting things to bring back, like herbs and fungus and stuff, right? For healing potions.
Oh, that was for the potions, right? Well, we were supposed to check out that stuff where Tio Moonblade was creating some aberrations, which we did, and then report back to the mayor.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were going to get some money, I guess. God, that does feel like 100 years ago.
You look around at like the purple sky and these glowing orbs and shit. And it's like, yeah, we got to go back to town, back to the tavern, talk to the mayor. And it's like, we've gone far beyond.
Jesus. We're talking to gods now.
We're on our way to becoming gods.
Kozik.
Where did that come from? What happened? Oh,
That's
we're
it.
getting
Rule number 6. Don't let Kozik have delusions of grandeur.
Kozik kind of
Jeez,
straightens up
Kozik.
and looks away. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot myself there for a second."
You shoot an eldritch blast out of your hands a couple of times and you want to be a god now. Jeez. Take it easy, man. Let's finish our first quest. Well, I suppose we keep moving north up to the crash site, yeah?
Yes, I don't know if there's any more speaking we can do with this rug.
Yeah, I mean, while you're having this conversation, Raul seems to be having some sort of a ritual, something that he's doing with this rug. He's like tugging on it. I don't know. You're not sure what the heck he's doing with it.
Oh, what is up with you? The last day, you've been trippy. You've been like snappy and zippy. You're just like a
Right.
different person.
I vow to destroy this machine if it's the last thing I do.
Well, you already did it. It doesn't work.
Good. It never needs to work again.
What were you doing over there?
Can I escort him over there and be like, just stick your head in here for a second?
Oh, okay, sure. In the orb?
Yeah. In this orb over here.
Okay. What's gonna happen? Is it another world in there?
Well, just put your head in there and scream.
Oh, okay. Cha sticks his head in and screams.
You most definitely scream.
And
Can I
then he
hear
pulls
him?
his head out.
Yes, you can.
Oh my god. I heard every bit of it. How'd you not hear me?
I do hear you. You're talking right now.
I'm gonna warily stick my head back in there.
You stick your head in. It's just the empty space.
You ate more of that candy, didn't you? That's what's
Right.
going on with you.
The last time I got in this thing, my brain felt like it got punched in the face by that rock thing we met a few days ago.
Okay.
And I was
And-
screaming for help, and you guys never came.
I didn't hear any screaming.
I just heard you scream from in there.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why you wanted to break the machine. Well, that makes sense. But you're not just going around trying to destroy interesting ritual machines that talk to gods.
I saw things that I don't know what they meant, but I know I didn't want to see them.
You see, we all kind of had visions. What did you see?
Well, 1 second. My cats were fighting in the hallway. Sorry. I don't know. I don't. I can't put an image to any of it. Faces, violence, betrayal. Who knows?
Wow. Sounds pretty dark though. So it wasn't
There
like
were-
a pleasant
I-
vision.
I mean, it could have been. There were thousands of faces and thousands of people and places I think I've been, may have never, but I don't know if I've ever seen them before. Can you remember a place you've never been?
That sounds like one of the riddles that my master used to teach me at the monastery. That's a good one. I like that. Can you remember a place you've never been?
I feel like that's what happened.
Maybe you were there.
Or was it a subconscious longing for something disguised as a vision that I don't know?
Jeez. Sounds deep. Cha sticks his head back in there. Pulls it back out. Yep. No subconscious quandaries or relations for me. I'm glad you had one though.
I didn't like it.
Oh. Yeah, you said you were screaming.
I don't understand any of it. Did this foul thing do what happened while I was over here, I guess?
Oh man, we all had weird conversations with it. Basically was a communication device with I think anything, anyone, anywhere. To a being that seemed like it was on the edge of reality, maybe. And Niavara talked to some grumpy entity that was very racist. And Zed talked to his former captain of his ship, who's like in another world. I mean, it's all different.
Well, then who talked to me?
Did somebody talk? Were there words?
No. But
Hmm.
but do you need words to talk?
No, no.
I think, Mr. Cha, that Raoul's time in the bubble has made him overly contemplative.
Can't tell if you're complimenting him or insulting him.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah. Looks away and kind of shakes his head. But Kozik himself remembers being trapped momentarily in a realm beyond the senses for a time, and so he can kind of sympathize.
I'm gonna
Todd
test the
turns
bubble
to-
again.
Todd kind of pats Raul on the back a little bit. He's like, "You'll figure it out, buddy. Figure it out. Things are really coming together here. We're getting some answers to some old questions. Well, you know, like week-old questions."
It passes right through the bubble.
I'm gonna be very confused and be like, "What the fuck is this place?" And then I'm gonna go back to fighting this rug over here in anger.
Oh, okay.
So Raul returns to his weird ritual.
I think we should.
Elder, you want to try out? I don't. It's too bad you couldn't try out the rug, but I guess we got to hit the road now. Yavara, you guys ready? All right, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, we're all. I think we're all ready to truck out of here.
All right.
Get that truck out of here. Alrighty.
Should we help Raul destroy the rug? Like maybe that'll make him feel more like we're, sympathizing with him.
It's too beautiful to destroy. It would be a crime against art.
It seems
Let's collect him. Let's collect him up and head for the mountains.
You truly are a Renaissance man, Kozik.
Kozik's nobility is showing.
Much appreciated. We would have been friends when I was back in hell. You wouldn't have
How
liked
can we
it there,
be
though.
friends?
You're saying you would have been friends, so you're not friends now.
No, I'm saying we are friends now. We would have been friends as kids. Sounds like we had a similar upbringing, except not. And Chaw's face suddenly gets morose, kind of, and he like shakes and quivers a little bit. I mean, in some ways, you know.
Zed's gonna
Anyway,
pat Chaw on the
Edit
back
the
and like, all right, we're getting out of here, right? Come on.
yeah.
All right. Off to the therapist. I mean, shipwreck.
We're going north. If there's a therapist there, we'll stop.
Oh, there's a therapist there. I'm getting there first.
Think. To use this. Add that.
All right. So we all move
Add
north.
frame. Apply. There we
Wait,
go.
wait. There we go. I can move now.
All right. So you guys head north. Do. Hold on. Gonna preload a scene. So.
Oh, and Chaw's the
Wait,
disguise
what?
has finally dissolved. He was disguised as a
What?
drow,
Switch scenes until
or
resources
no,
finish
as a
loading for
changeling
recurrent view.
with
What?
Niavara.
Oh,
Um,
I forgot about that. That was when
Yeah.
you went out there to investigate. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, Raoul's just got mud smeared on himself to make himself.
I forgot
like-
about that too.
Oh, the scene is changing because of.
My
Okay.
failed attempt.
He's been totally looked like this, like pale faced, black eyed.
I'll undo that.
Just a very odd version of himself.
There we go. That fixes it.
But it's now dissolved.
It's crazy that so much has been going on that went unnoticed.
All right.
Right.
All right. So you guys continue north through the forest, through the trees.
Through the window, through the wall.
And at this point, you are starting to realize that the time of day is getting to be evening. You guys have kind of been out here investigating this rug for a while. You're on the back of toys for a while. I mean, he did mention you guys had already been at that location for probably a good few hours. To which, the flaw of all adventurers is, they never look up. So yeah, it kind of seems like the day is beginning to turn to evening. Or the clouds are just that thick, Oh no, I moved something.
Oh, one more thing. At the end of the section last time, we all decided to do a short rest with an object.
We did.
And we all like either attuned to
fucked it up.
something or got to know
Damn
something
it.
about something. I don't know if that's all worked out now, but that was the final piece.
Oh
Who
yeah.
should be the players? Players. Oh, that's something else. Okay.
Jaw attuned to
Move
that
this
trippy
down
armor.
there.
that he doesn't still doesn't know all of its qualities. He hasn't sat and actually examined what it does. He just attuned to it, and then everybody else did something else.
Right, I attuned to my gifted ring of feather falling. Yep.
Ooh.
And
So
gave up right now the magic crossbow has some even crazier like bolts or whatever to go with it.
I didn't have anything to attune to.
Oh
the
yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I have was it Periot of Health?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what I had identified, and I think that was from the. I don't even know that we mentioned this, but well, this might have not even been from last session. I forget now. But the bag of like gems or
Oh, right.
stones and that almost sounded like coins. I think I identified one of the things
Coins,
from in there.
the lodestones.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
mean
did
the
the
coins
lodestone.
from Huntersville Harbor that weren't coins, but the chocolates?
Oh, we got those too. Those are in my
Yeah,
inventory.
we munched those a couple sessions ago. Some of them.
Oh yeah, they were like Hanukkah coins or whatever. I don't quite know the term.
The golden Halloween coins.
Yeah, they were kind of like a puzzle how to eat.
Yeah, that's right. We had to like smash them open or something.
Yep,
There's like
little
2 left.
geode coin things.
I did have a question about the sword that we had found. Was that sword a regular sword or a short sword?
um, nobody wrote it down.
Well,
Let's see.
on the thing that you showed us, it said something about a sword and
Let's
then
scroll up.
re-roll short sword. So I wasn't sure what that meant exactly.
Hold
Let me
on,
see
I
if I
gotta
can
sift through the loot notes. There it is. So it is a. Okay. It's a short sword.
It was a short sword.
Yep.
Okay. So if no one objects, Cha is proficient with short swords. If anyone else wants it though, that's totally cool because he's already gotten a couple of cool things.
Well, I think Zed just got this crossbow from Kozik, so I would say go for it and just grab it.
Yeah,
Okay, so the
yeah.
short. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's all. Yeah, I don't really I have everything I'm proficient with right now, so I think you're free to use it in good health.
Cool.
Thank you, good sir.
Okay. Okay, so Cha's gonna. I think if we retroactively go back to when we found it, he's gonna like look at it. He's gonna fling it around, kind of Conan style, show that he actually knows how to use something like this, and like check the edge and like just look at it and put it in his pack. But he hasn't figured out what it's about. He just has it.
Yep. He just
That's
has it.
cool. So he'll take that short sword and he'll just have that.
Okie dokie.
And I don't remember what it was called. Is it in the is it in the compendium?
Should be. Not that you know what it is, but it should be.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just say that he has it.
Do I need
That's fine.
I added the crossbow to my inventory,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's
I gotta
just
add
kind
that.
of it was just hand crossbow. Was there anything special? Like I have all the effects and things like that of the crossbow written down, but I'm assuming that it doesn't actually exist
Not in the SRD.
to be like imported. Okay. Does the Periot?
That should be.
Okay. I think so. I think as of right now, and I don't know if
Items.
Kozik has them in his inventory, but those potions that we got as well,
Yeah.
or the vials. So I think since he has those, I'm just gonna give Kozik the Period of health as well.
Like that. He kind of
Yep.
Kozik gives a kind of a short but meaningful bow in front of you as he takes it from you.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Anything else?
Oh, I also have these walloping crossbow bolts. So those are usable with this crossbow, since this crossbow is kind of like magical.
Yep. You'd
Okay.
imagine it was just something that was a part of, it was something that that crossbow was used with, but you made some modifications that, have
Just
since
added
made
to it.
certain things less appealing.
Alrighty. Cool. Good to go.
Okay, so continuing north. But it is becoming nighttime, as I was saying. Are you guys just gonna keep going through the night? Are you gonna set up a camp? Are you
I think
gonna?
let's go for. I'm I'm ready to chill. Camp.
I mean, you did just have a very long day of information.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, let's sit up under this beautiful looking tree. But make sure it
That sounds
doesn't
all right.
steal you in the night.
I'm
I'm
fine
not
with that.
getting right. I'm not getting close to that one. I've had two
That's right.
interactions with
Trees.
trees so far. One of them tried to capture me successfully, mind you, and the other one, we ended up meeting Raul and Alan.
You got captured by a tree.
Yes, Kozik and I both got roped up in the middle of the night by some vines.
Oh, when you went missing, I remember that. Was that the tree that captured you, though?
Oh, the tree was probably just a vessel.
Trees are
Nice.
fine. It's fine.
Okay,
Sometimes they do get a bit handsy though.
how about out here in the middle of this field between the trees?
Yeah, we could rest up under the tree, but I would quite like to see the stars still. The sky is beautiful here.
You
I
know,
don't want to be anywhere
here.
near this rug anymore.
Yeah, fuck that rug.
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe we'll be protected if we sleep in the middle of this area, but a little away from the rug.
Is
Like
that
these
what you
trees
want to
over
do?
here.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
open. Whatever you guys want. I wasn't kidnapped by a tree, so
I feel like we're pretty safe here. We can camp under the tree if we need to.
oh
Guess
man, what a day! Jeez, you guys.
Let's
Here
move
we
them
thought
up.
we were just going on a mission to check out some stuff and get some money so that we could eat some mooncakes and stuff. And look at us, we're in another world, talking to gods and dead people and each other.
As long as we can make it back. I agree. This is a wonderful adventure.
Good point. Making it back is high on the priority list.
But the question is to where? Um. So is there anybody like how you setting up the camp? Is anybody keeping watch? Or you just taking naps?
Oh yeah, watch. I'll take first watch. How about me and Eldred? So that um, so that we can have a nice, long, detailed discussion. That was a good one, right, Eldred?
His nose is stuck in a book.
Yep. Par for the course. You ever played golf in hell? You guys would love it.
Well, if we're not careful, we may all be playing golf in hell one day soon. We may get your wish.
Sometimes you talk about hell and it actually seems kind of nice, but I don't want to convince myself of that because I do not want to find out.
You know, like living in a place that you really hate, but it does have some good points. But your
At least there's
memories
golf,
of it,
eh?
at least there's golf. But everyone cheats, just so you know. And the
My
balls
effect
are not,
controls.
they're, heads. And clubs are limbs. The course is a
That's some fog.
hellish landscape of corpses and bodies and pits and exploding geysers of molten poisonous gas. And, you know,
Yep, never mind, not going.
oh, oh, I
As
heard
I'm
about.
as I'm unwrapping or my bedroll here, I'm like, oh, it looks like it's getting foggy. Some sort of fey clouds have come in.
Oh, fake clouds, eh?
This is kind of like that hell you talk of.
Particle effects.
Oh,
Hmm. Oh,
Skill
this could be
speed.
ominous. Maybe I shouldn't talk about hell anymore today.
Capacity.
Right, especially right before we're trying to sleep, Jaw.
Sorry.
Is it really that
Actually,
thick?
you start trying to make a joke and it just like totally gets ruined.
There we go.
Anyway, come on over here, Veldred. Let's take watch.
What?
And please try to look up from your book once in a while to see what's going on around us.
Belgium just kind of snorts.
Ah. All right, you guys, sleep up. Don't you worry, Velder and I are on the case. I mean, on the watch, watching the case. Uh, uh, yeah.
There we go.
I'm
So
definitely gonna shove some ration crackers into my dwarven face and make sure to drink some water. And yeah, I guess kind of wind down for the evening.
all right. Well,
And
whoever's
Chaw talks to Veldrin the entire watch, um,
so talks at
knowing that
Veldrin
he's
pretty
not going to
much.
get any response, just talking quietly but out loud to him about all kinds of random crap while he's.
We found our therapy session.
All right. Well, give me a perception check. Do 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 do. Because as you started settling down and the night rolls in, there's a fog that starts to roll in with the evening, and the temperature definitely begins to drop a little.
Everybody perception or just the watchers?
Just the watch.
Okay.
Should we all do our long rest now or wait till morning?
Mm. I mean, if you wait till morning, then it's not really much of a rest period.
But but morning would be the end of a long rest, wouldn't it?
Depends on if you do a rest. I guess I'm not sure what the question is you're trying to ask.
So I guess what I was asking was if I long rest right now, would that mean that, like, because Cha's doing first watch, he's not going to stay up all night. If we have like second, third watches, would I do my long rest now? Would I do my long rest after my watch?
It
If I
depends on
long
the.
rest now, does that mean I'm not going to be available for a watch?
Well, second watch is broken. So first watch, and then you would sleep for 4 hours, and then get up, and then sleep. Where first is going to sleep all the way through, and last is going to sleep before. At least that's my
So
kind of take
effectively,
on
it
it.
doesn't matter.
So if you choose second watch, you would rest for 4 hours, get up, do the watch, and then rest for the other 4 hours.
Okay.
I'll go second. I'll do that. If there's a list.
There's a
I was
list.
just
Sign
asking
me
kind of
up.
for semantics.
I would just figure in the morning to me is when it would be the most appropriate to affect the long rest or whatever. It seems logical to me. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I'll do third. That's fine.
All right. So with the 15, I mean, you've been talking to Veldrin all evening. Well, for your watch. Well, I should say talking at Veldrin. And nothing really seems to stand out. I mean, other than the fact that it's just a little foggy right now. Mm-mm. He saying anything? I feel like Cha is saying something and we're not hearing it.
Oh yeah, I'm not hearing anything except what you just said.
Hello, 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 hello.
There we go.
I'm sorry, my audio was not working for some strange reason. So Cha said, went over to Neo. Oh, he basically said, it was very nice chatting with you, Veldrin. Let's do it again sometime. And then he walked over to Neovara and said, get up. And then he said, and then I said, who chose second watch?
Me.
Okay, so he goes and gets up Kozik and gets up Neovara. Then he goes and leans against a log and zonks right up.
Zonk. All right, Kozik, you and Neovar are up and about. The fog is still here. I mean, it's just maybe a time of day thing. Maybe random old weather stuff.
We seeing any evidence of actual like fairies or pixies or anything running around?
I don't know. Give me a perception.
Right. First. Normal.
Mittens has perception.
Nice.
Sort of chattering. Nice.
So you hear the sounds of Mittens scampering around. Alan just kind of randomly chirping as squirrels do sometimes. Maybe he's just kind of gathering tiny berries and fruit or something. And you're pretty sure that you can see a very familiar elemental like maybe like lurking about, like looking at Raul, but does nothing and kind of zips off. Maybe it was about to cause some mischief.
Hear the sound of wind through the trees there.
And with a 21, contested. Oh yeah, very familiar cat. The one that Cha hates.
So not the displacer beast, but this like smuggle cat that we met here.
Yep.
Hmm. Is it just sort of roaming around the peripheries here?
No, it's sitting
Oh,
right next to you.
I kind of look at Niavara and I shrug and I say to the cat, "Good evening. Great to see you again."
Meow.
Wow.
And then out of the blue, it
Um.
jumps into the air.
Ah.
It seems like it caught something in its mouth.
Oh no.
And then sits down again with some kind of invisible thing in its mouth.
Mr. Cat, drop it. Drop it.
It stands up.
You tell the cat to drop.
It turns around, faces its butt to you,
Uh-huh.
walks over to Cha, and spits out whatever it had in its mouth. Right on top of him.
Twitches. Sleep uncomfortably.
And you know, like when cats are about to like paw at something, but they're looking at you before they do it. It kind of looks like it's ready to do like the kitty bap to Cha's head.
A
I hold
little
up
gentle
my
push.
index finger and I'm about to say something, but I hesitate.
Speaking of cats, Luke, you don't need on my desk.
Nice companions.
And the kitty cat does like, you know, like not when the cat's trying to like claw the shit out of you, but they're just kind of doing that rapid, the monk flurry of blows, rapid attack with one paw. Kind of does that like 5 times at Cha's head and then darts off.
Oh, tries to bat whatever was away.
And can I see what was dropped upon him?
It appears to be some small bird.
Ugh,
Wow.
another one.
My people.
Does it look like it can be saved?
No, it looks very much not alive.
That little asshole.
Niavara, I guess we'll let him find that one in the morning. What do you think? I think she kind of doesn't say much.
She's probably just shrug.
Oh, yep. And all right, well, I continue to kind of we make, I guess, little sort of desultory kind of turn around the campsite to keep watch.
And beyond that, nothing else really seems to happen.
Okay.
It's just foggy. So is there a third watch or?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I'll join Raul.
Okay.
Or 6,
We
yeah.
wake them up, or indicate that it's their time.
I have clear eyelids though, so when you walk up to me, it just looks like I'm just staring at you wide-eyed.
I sort of wave at you silently. I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Great gift, Raul. Perfect.
Oh,
So you wake him up?
yeah, and I just say, yeah, we ran into that cat who's something like a messenger, but he ran off into the mist. That's the only thing to report.
Strange. Showed up and
Indeed.
then left. All
He
right.
he he took off.
Do I see signs of a cat?
Are you tracking it?
Well, not yet, I guess. Just looking to see if I can see the start of a trail.
I mean, just looking around, it's kind of foggy, so visibility becomes slightly limited. I mean, you don't see a cat.
I'm gonna investigate if I can find its scent. Pick up on it.
I mean, you see little kitty paws around Cha if you're investigating the area.
Yeah, but they don't go anywhere.
They kind of vanish off into the tree line. I mean,
It went.
they're a little
Yeah.
heavy for a cat, but you also know that's a chunky cat, so
Kozik, it went that way. And then
I mean,
I'm gonna go.
eventually the trail just kind of disappears. Maybe it climbed a
Right.
tree or
Just go about my watch then and let everybody sleep.
so it was Raul and Zed on this watch, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get kidnapped again.
Well, I mean, you didn't roll nat 1, so
You're getting kidnapped every night.
actually, even with that 18, I'd say you're pretty sure you saw like maybe a wisp of wind, and then like when you noticed it, it darted off.
They're back.
Ooh, yeah, it's messing with you.
Almost like it's just waiting for you to be terrible at perceiving something or something.
Raul has an arch nemesis.
With a tiny, small elemental.
Yeah, he is kind of a jerk. Or maybe it's more than one. Maybe he told his friends, and they all just come in to visit.
Oh no.
Told his friends. Then we tried to beat him up, and like an elder elemental shows up in the middle of the
Well, I mean, beyond that, nothing really stands out. You don't really notice anything. There's no vines attacking. There's nothing weird happening. Just a foggy evening.
And I will go about the watch and then wake everybody up in the morning.
Yeah, Zed's gonna keep himself awake during the watch by playing rock paper scissors with his mage hand.
You lose a lot. Almost like it knows exactly what you're gonna do before you do it.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like every time he's gonna be like, "Oh fuck, you gotta be kidding me!" All right, one more time.
Just keeps doing it, just like
Do it.
gambling. Just
Doing that.
keeps
Where's
doing
the?
it.
It's a good.
Gonna
He
win
thinks to himself, "It's a
sometime.
good thing I'm not putting any coin on this, eh?"
You do the ball in the cup thing, and you're shifting them around, and it finds it every time.
Right.
Almost like it's an extension of you, and it may even be a part of your subconscious that knows what you're gonna do before you do it or something. Who knows?
Possibly.
Speaking of which, another thing we didn't mention was that we created a new rule that that said not use his mage hand to steal money to gamble with. That doesn't mean you're actually going to follow that rule, but,
What I don't see won't hurt me.
or any of the rules we've set for you.
All right, so it was a relatively uneventful evening. I'll get your full rest in.
Oh god!
As a caveat to what we were just talking about, so my mage hand can be invisible. Does that mean, like, for instance, coin, if it grabbed a whole like fistful of coin, would it just be a lump of coin floating in the air, or would it conceal whatever is in its hand?
It's my understanding how
Predator armor.
a lot of that works is if you want an object to be invisible, it has to be cast basically while touching it or holding on to it. So like it's like you can't go invisible and then go and touch somebody else and then be like, oh, suddenly they're invisible. Or
Okay.
if you were to like cast invisibility and have a cloak and then throw it over somebody, that doesn't conceal them, it just conceals the cloak.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Harry Potter reference, an inverse of that.
Yeah. So it's like if I was holding on to a sword, the sword would be floating, and you would just kind of see there wasn't really a grip because that's where the hand is, which is invisible, sort of thing.
Trying to picture your example. Basically think of it
Like
like if you're
Predator
holding the
armor,
sword when you
which is
cast invisibility, the sword is invisible with you. But if you cast invisibility then pick up a sword, to everybody else it just looks like a floating sword.
So it's
Okay.
transparent
Okay.
versus obscuring.
Makes sense. Anyway,
So you would see a handful of coins floating through the air because it's transparent. If I'm understanding what you're saying.
Yep, pretty much.
yeah, it seems like it.
And especially for a cantrip, so, it makes sense that it's not that potent.
hmm
Okay, so you all wake up. You feel some feathers like all over your chest and maybe in your mouth a little bit.
What? What is somebody pranking me? What the?
Then you realize, probably in your tossing and turning, there's like a dead bird next to you and like feathers all over you. Maybe your hair is a
Son of
little
bitch!
disheveled.
Little bastard, where are you? Just stick my step right in your eyeball. You little. Starts talking in infernal. His eyes are like turning red. He's looking around. Good morning, guys. And he brushes all the feathers off.
Zed,
Yeah.
I think Charles might be sick.
What?
That's Joe's pissed off face.
I meant the like coughing up all the phlegm he was just doing.
Oh
Are
no.
you talking about my native tongue?
Yeah. Is that what that was? I thought
I
when
spent
feathers got
years,
stuck in your throat or something.
years perfecting Infernal. If any of you spoke Infernal, you'd realize that I have perfect inflection and cadence with my Infernal. Now, where the hell is that cat? You guys see a cat around here?
Yeah, it went that way. I'm gonna point towards the tracks.
Bitch. I was like, you need to talk to that cat of yours. Leaving a dead bird on me. Just rubbing it in my face now.
Only talk to a cat so much, you know. They do what they want to do.
Goodness. I'm gonna figure out a way to befriend that. Why? Nodding and smiling.
You could almost, you're not sure if it's actually the case or maybe just the echo in the distance, but I mean, it sounds so much like there's just an audible meow, like echo in the distance somewhere. It's probably just the wind, though.
Feeling that this cat is always with us. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a good thing, but
No,
he's
it's
always
not a
close
good
by.
thing. Definitely not a good thing. But you
Hmm.
know what? I'm gonna make friends with the kid. With the cat. What did you say its name was? Give you a name?
I think that it didn't. I don't think it told us.
You should ask sometime. It likes you.
Tends to
All
keep
these
its own
cats like
counsel.
you.
Oh,
But
thank you, sir.
loves you. You can ask it all sorts of things. You could ask it, what is the will of its master? Where is it leading us? Kinds of fun questions. It might even answer you.
Responses. It says meow or mow, but yes, I'm sure we'll get a chance to speak soon. I'm sure.
Just need to figure out its motivation. All right, you guys. How did you sleep, Veldrin? Oh, look, Veldrin's reading.
It's
Must be getting better and better.
I swear, right?
Hard to put down. I wish one day I could write something like that. Maybe when I'm back at home in my castle keep, I should be so lucky.
A real page turner.
Yes, something for the masses.
If we live through this, that might just be on the menu.
I think you might be right, Mr. Cha. You might be right. And I assume that Cha's laughing also, but I don't know.
It'll be a bestseller. I'll help you with it. An excellent writer. You can write it and I'll proofread. Or
Okay, I got it.
So is everybody ready to pack up and move on?
let's do this thing. Dad, lead the way. Since we're going to a ship, you'll be the captain, no?
Well, I not to be rude or nothing, but I'm probably the most fitting for it.
Well, you did manage to be rude, but yes, you're also the most fit for it.
Now that you mentioned it, quite.
Is right.
All right. So you continue north, to which
Lord,
the sun is shining, the day is bright, the birds are chirping, -1. And those mountains that were seemed so far away before seem that much closer now. Into which hold. Let me have you preload the scene before switching. Yeah, at this point you start coming to the sort of edges of the mountains. A bit of a pretty sizable opening. And off in the distance, you're very confident that you can see what seems like some buildings or some kind of a town, maybe a city, just kind of, lingering amongst the rocky crevasses, domiciles, homes, all sorts of things. Activate.
Town up there, you guys. Raul, did you see a town when you've been here?
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear me?
Can now.
Yeah.
My whole audio just skipped out. What happened?
Oh,
The
Chasta,
city?
Raul, have you seen a city before? There's a city up there.
Give me a sec. I'm moving the token.
You know, I think probably those are common, right?
Yeah. I mean, have you been here or not?
Um, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
You guys able to see the backdrop?
No, it's
No,
black
it's not
screen for me.
loading.
Not yet.
No.
Has
Just
one
black
really?
with some feature I can see, but that's it.
I see like a coin or
Yeah.
something.
Dang it. That's the one I try to have everybody have access to, so I'm not bringing it on to us.
That piss water was delicious, by the way. Much better than the water that you get in hell. Because trust me, they have to import it. And it's like, when water's been transported over long distances, it doesn't taste so fresh. I don't care if that water had piss in it. It was great.
But yeah, now that you can see the scene, I hope.
Yes. Beautiful. Look at us down there walking along the path.
And then there's some pueblos here, some fairy pueblos.
Look at that architecture. Incredible. Some of it's built right out of the mountain.
This kind of craftsmanship rivals even the dwarves.
My God, did you just say that?
No, I think they might be a little too tall for you.
I
Ooh.
didn't say better than. Said they rivaled them.
Oh, right.
Grumble, grumble, her. But
But you
Kozik
meant
definitely can
better than.
admire this architecture.
Yeah, so the buildings just kind of seem like they're either embedded into the mountains or somehow carved out of. Can't really tell from this distance because it's still pretty far. But even at this distance, you can pretty clearly see, signs of civilization of sorts.
Um, who might Niavara? Do you know about any of this stuff? Like, does anybody know anything about who knew about the Feywild? Like cities? This could be the Sealy Court or the Unsealy Court.
Raul,
Yep.
you would most definitely know it is neither of those.
You say unseen. I can see it. It's right there, Jaw.
My goodness, look at you, so sassy. Sassier and sassier, Raul. Are you molting?
Molding? No, I took a bath yesterday.
Goodness. My goodness.
Um, well, I don't think any nobles live here, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. So maybe not either court.
I don't
That's
see
really good.
anything noble-esque, Like, don't nobles always got like a castle or something big and just thing? Don't see none of that.
Basis for comparison. Gosh.
But what is nobility? Is like is the king of the thieves a noble?
Uh um yes.
Vic says it depends.
And keep in mind, you guys aren't like in the mountains yet. This is still a little ways off, but I figured I'd set the scene for you. You could see this in the distance.
All right, let's hitch up our rucksacks and get marching again. Then.
So
I
we can't
wonder if I
really
should
see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I wonder if we should hide and then I'll and look at some of the locals so that I can disguise that Niavara and I can disguise ourselves so that we're not as suspicious as a group. What do you think?
I think if we all go in at the same time, no matter what we look at, they'll think we're a group.
Yeah, I mean, but if we don't look anything like the people of this world, we might really like be on people's radars.
Oh, that's what you meant. I was like, well, wait a second. They're gonna think we're a group because we are a group. We'd have to go in one at a time.
What?
I think we should
Being
hold
in
our
that
head.
sphere really messed with your head, didn't it?
Saying, like, I could look like you and you could look like Zen. But if we all walk in at the same time, somebody's going to be like, look at that group of people there.
Oh my god.
I think this realm is full of oddballs and other sort of strangos, so we may be not that different from them. I think we should hold our heads high and stride manfully through the mountains here.
Niavara, get over here and stride manfully. So, are you trying to say that we're strangos or oddballs? Those are really good team names. I'm gonna write that down in my.
I'm gonna lean in real close to Cha and be like, some of us can hold our heads a bit higher.
I think we're weirdos in the land of the weird.
Just making short jokes about cozy now.
He's trying to ignore it as best he can.
Cha is snickering. Strangos, weirdos, oddballs. I mean, we're really getting to knit together like a team name here.
Yeah, I like what we're got going on.
The oddballs. That rolls off the tongue. Oddball. Strangos. It's almost like Cheerios, but it's stranger.
What's this about oddballs?
Oh,
There's a voice just kind of emanating from behind some trees nearby.
we were talking about ourselves.
Oh, that's terrible. That's just the worst thing you could say about yourself. I mean, that's what I'd say. Just the
Well,
worst.
we meant it endearingly.
Oh, then I guess that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And you are?
An eavesdropper, and that's rather rude.
Well, I'd say you're in a little bit of not your own turf, so I think I have a right here.
We weren't exactly
Use
being
guises.
quiet.
That's what I was saying. Well, to myself.
Do we see anybody? Do we see anything? Just looking
Just a
around.
voice coming from behind some trees.
Uh, well, come out and introduce yourself. I'm Cha.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Cha. You can call me Sid. And
Hey,
sort of a tall, lanky man steps out. He's kind of wrapped in some hunter's garb. He has like a pretty unassuming, like what's like feathered, like Robin Hood kind of cap. Kind of like it's got that pointy, and then like a feather in it. It's got like a bow on his back, and he's kind of wearing like green leathers that are strapped here and there. And he has like what seems to be like a sort of a like backpack or something, and he looks like he's got some like pelts on it.
and
Ooh,
this
this
looks
must
like
be
a
one of the
human.
strangers that Kozik was talking about.
Well, isn't
Definitely
that
seems
just
like a
rude?
candidate.
Don't call
Go
us
ahead.
Strango. We're the Strangos. Remember?
I mean, look at you with your pointy ear skull things, and then you over there with your big old wings. We've seen some of you before.
Oh, what are you
Okay,
saying
now
we
And
look
then,
weird for?
okay.
That tree over there glows with light. What are
Calm
you
down,
doing?
guys. We're
How am
all
I
on the
the
same
weird one?
side. We're all
Hold
on
on.
the same side here. We're all Strangos.
He
And
just
that's a
said
good
that
thing.
he's seen some of your kind before, Raoul.
Oh,
I mean, there's birds everywhere. Didn't that cat kill one?
you've seen some people like Raul here?
of course, I've seen people like him around here.
Raul, don't you want to meet some of your own kind? Maybe you'll get answers.
Well, they never wanted to meet me.
Maybe they lost you.
They didn't look for me.
I
This
mean,
place is very hard to find anything in.
did you look for them? Or did you just kind of do your own thing?
Oh, I didn't need to look for them.
Oh, well, then I guess the feeling would be mutual.
I didn't know they existed. How do you look for something you don't know what it is?
Well, I'd say you start asking questions.
But
Then you
what
eventually ask the
questions?
right question.
How do I know what questions to ask when I don't know
Okay, the
what I'm
question
looking
is,
for?
where are his people that are like him? Where have you seen them? Are they around here?
He points towards the mountains.
Like,
Okay.
Raoul, for someone that doesn't know what sort of questions they should be asking, you're certainly asking quite a lot of questions.
Maybe
Good
one of
point.
these days I'll know the answer. And then once I know that answer, then I'll know the right question.
Raul, the answer is toward those mountains. Okay, just keep it in the back of your mind.
What you think? Just birds got to live way up high in the mountain? That's a bit stereotyping.
I mean,
Yes.
I haven't seen a lot of them on the ground.
Okay. Let's start over again. All right. Hey, Sid. I'm Cha. This is my group of friends here. And does this person look like a human, or do they look
Yep,
like? Do they have?
just a
Looks like a human.
human, like maybe a hunter or something.
We're newcomers in this land, and we were looking. We were looking. We wanted to meet some new people like you, cool new people, and we were exploring. Uh, yeah. What can you recommend us? What is this place? Is it a city?
Yep. I
What's it
mean, it's not
called?
the one I've come from, but I come from over here in a humble little village. I can't nail
You
the
know, you
numbers.
look like a human. Do you come from another plane? Or were you born here?
Oh, I was born here.
So there are humans in this land. Okay. Interesting.
He just points to Zed.
Well, we are not from this world.
Well, you did say human.
No, I mean he's a human, but he didn't come from this land. We haven't been here that long. We haven't seen any other humans.
Have you tried looking?
Yes, and it seemed like we found one.
Right.
So I see you're hunting pelts there. Do those fetch a good price in this place?
Mmm. Well, they keep us warm.
Okay, okay.
I
Is there a place
mean,
where is there like an inn? Is there a place where we can rest and maybe get some fresh supplies? What can you tell us about this city, this place?
the one over there, and he points to the mountains. Or are you talking
Uh-huh.
about the one I come from?
Oh, I see. You're not from this place either.
He shakes his head. Mm-mm.
See. Well, I'd like to know about both. Where's the one place you come from, and what's this place?
Well, this place over here, and he points off to the city off in the distance in the mountains. Gotta find a name. That place over there is Zareth, and I come from Dale.
Dale. Huh. How far away is Dale from here?
I'd say couple hours.
Oh, okay. Is it smaller than this place or bigger?
Oh, we's a small town,
Okay,
village,
sounds kind of nice.
hamlet. I don't know.
Sure.
Ham.
Ozik says Hamlet? Something sounds familiar about that. By the way, sir, Mr. Sydney, is it?
Well, guess you can call me that.
Well, you may call me Sir Kozik Deepshaft. I am a dwarf, and it's my pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I bow as politely as I can.
Oh, royalty.
Well, not quite, but I've been around.
Well,
Gasoline on a flame.
you certainly have more, I don't know, manners than the others, except for that one, I guess. And he points to Char. Who's the rest of your friends? Who am I talking to?
I'm gonna bow and then say my name is Sir Kozik Deepshaft to him.
He's playing
Uh,
some sort of sick game, sir.
What?
This is not his name.
Not anything new to these wilds.
This strange young boy here is named Veldrin. This person here is Niavara, and we've known this our avian friend here to be called Raoul.
And don't forget Zed. This is Zed.
And of course, Mr. Zed Thatcher, who's been instrumental to us in our journey.
Hear that?
He's our
An
captain.
instrument.
Yeah, he's our captain.
Right, Kozik,
He
that might
knows
be
a
the
lot
nicest
about
thing you've ever said.
He knows a lot about ships.
I do indeed. Pleasure's all mine.
Ship person, eh? Tell me, I'll get it all confused. Is it the port or the starboard that's the left side?
Right, that'd be port.
That wasn't the question. The question was which one is left or right.
Wait, you said
I think he said the left side, but you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Don't get many of those out here.
You don't.
You
get-
know,
What
we
about-
noticed some flying through the sky.
Yeah. I've seen them.
Can you tell us about those?
Nope.
Have you seen one that's crashed, maybe fallen out of the sky?
He kind of shrugs.
Hmm.
Hey Sid, what do you trade those pelts for?
I just take them back. And we don't really trade them. We use them to make clothings.
Oh, gotcha. So what are you doing in this city of Zareth? You looking for something?
No, I was out hunting. And you was just talking
Okay.
about balls.
Yeah. Balls. Hot balls.
I mean, are you just looking for something specifics there, or
Well, we're curious adventurers. We're maybe looking for a place to chill. What kind of fun things are going on around here? Any games or sports or contests?
probably is over there? And he points in the mountains.
Okay. How about hot springs? Massage?
Probably is still over there.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't been over there.
Are there any nightclubs?
Uh, he grabs a tree branch and hands it to you. You can use that as a club at night.
Okay. Touche.
That means I'm heading back to town, so
Well, it was nice to meet you, Sid.
Well,
Thanks for
I
telling
feel
us
like
about this place.
I feel like we'd love to accompany you back to town.
he shrugs. I
You
mean,
to
if
go
you
back to his
want,
village?
I think it
You
would be a
want to go
place.
back to his village?
It would be a place to start.
Sure, I'm game. If anybody wants to go to his village? I think the crash site was up there, though, in the mountains. Want to take a detour?
still a ways away either way.
I feel
Yeah,
like
your
this is
call,
quite an
guys.
opportunity.
Sure. Hey, Velter, Niavara, any opinions?
Nope.
They're not very chatty today. I mean, Niavara is usually chatty, and Velter is
I mean,
not,
they did
but
kind of
neither
have
of
a pretty intense situation, yesterday. Maybe they're lost in thought.
Yeah. Look how withdrawn they are.
Must be a good book.
Must almost like they're not even here.
Yeah,
Probably just a
gee,
really, really great book.
it seems so detached.
All right, so should we follow?
Nivara Velder, we're going to Dale with this guy. Follow along.
All right. So you follow him. All right.
Kozik, I definitely think that if we face any nobility, you should be our front man. Just got to speak. Know what I mean? Got it.
We'll see if
Uh,
it becomes necessary again.
All right. So you guys doesn't take too long. Most of the time is avoiding hazards in the forest, environmental hazards. You know, small not cliffs, but you know, sudden drops. Kind of having to climb over tree roots and various other degrees of things. But eventually you come to the edge of this, you know, tiny little, not even really a village, just like a hamlet. There's only a few houses. There doesn't really seem to be like a main building. There's people kind of milling about, doing their own daily things. A couple of old ladies sitting on rocking chairs is kind of outside of like their little wood and straw houses. You know, stuff like that.
Wow, this place is great. How quaint. What do you guys like to do for fun around here, Sid?
Um, we we find things, I guess.
You have a leader?
Oh yeah, we just got one of those.
Cool. What are they like?
He's all right. He wants to meet some.
Hey, why not?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that would be great.
We like to
Perfect.
hobnob with leaders wherever we go. They usually seem to have good jobs for us to do.
Right,
Very handy at all kinds of stuff.
right. So he leads you through this tiny little hamlet. It's not even like a few minutes long worth of a walk. And he goes up to this one particular house. It looks pretty much unassuming, just like all the others. And he knocks on the door. What do you want? I've got some guys is here for yous. Fine.
Ushers Kozik forward.
Well, fellas, I'll leave you to it. I got some pelts to drop off.
Hey, thanks, Sid. Maybe we'll have an ale together later on if you have such a thing here.
We'll see what we've got. And Sid just kind of meanders off into the proverbial crowd because, you know, it's not a big population. And, so you're kind of left there standing in front of a house. And then you hear some locks start to, you know, some locks unlocking. And you can kind of hear behind the door without really needing a perception check. So, would you like for me to get the door? No, it's fine. Well, actually, you could do it. Very good, sir. And you can kind of hear the sound of maybe somebody sitting on the couch. And you see the door slowly open, and there's a well-dressed, like, tuxedo suit, like, butler-esque dressed individual. You know, pale skin, short hair. He has a very strong and jetting outward chin. Can I help you?
I approach him. I kind of straighten up a little bit, and I approach him. I say, "Greetings. My name is Sir Kozik Deepshaft, a dwarf, and I'm here with my companions to meet your master."
Oh, of course, of course. To my understanding, he does not have any. Let me think here. Nope, he does not appear to have any appointments at the moment. So you are.
We
And
are
he quirks a brow.
travelers here. We're travelers here in this land, and we were brought here by Sid.
Ah, the local hunter. Lovely.
If we could just have a moment of your employer's time, it would be greatly appreciated.
Give me a moment. And then he kind of closes the door, and you can kind of hear some conversation on the other side. And then the door creaks open again. Very well. Sir Dale has accepted your offer. Please step in. And the door opens wide inward, and this butler individual steps to the side of the door and lets you in. And pretty much when
my
the door
eyebrows
opens, I was gonna
Oh, go
describe
ahead.
this real quick. So pretty as soon as the door opens, this place is extravagant. It's very clean, save for the somewhat portly individual sitting on a very, very lovely, maybe fur, leather, can't really tell, some kind of really nice couch with his feet up on a glass table. And there's like paintings on the wall and tapestries, and there's like a vase over there. It's very nice for a tiny little house.
I raise my eyebrows at the kind of rest of the party, and I guess we step in.
So you walk in. There's plenty of room for yous. For all of yous. All
And
right.
yeah,
What
go
can
ahead.
what can old Dale do for you?
I greet him again and give a curt bow and tell him about our situation.
All right. Sounds interesting. What's that have to do with me?
Yes, well, and I take a look at Cha and I'm like,
Shaw steps forward and also gives a bow. Kind Lord Dale, we are travelers in your land. We were curious about things that you might need. We have a very specific set of skills. We solve many kinds of problems. And we were curious about the dynamics of your town and the city of Zareth, and perhaps even your relations with the Seelie and Unseelie courts, as well as perhaps the Arakokra of the mountains. And if you know anything about a series of flying ships that have been traversing the land.
just so, yes, indeed. I kind of nod at Cha and I'm like, I kind
That's a
of like,
lot of
what?
questions. How about you ask them one at a time?
Kyle gives Kozik like a wink and is like, "We got this." Okay, one at a time. So, for one, are there any things that you need done in your city that a capable group of adventurers with specialized skills could accomplish?
I mean, we like eating food.
Okay. So, gotcha. I think what we mean is more like bigger problems. You have like marauders or things that attack your village or
I mean, the last time
difficult
something attacked the
relations.
village, they were never seen again.
I see. You have some good muscle around here already.
You could
Well, in
say
that
that.
case, okay. In that case, what are your relations with the city of Zareth and the surrounding Sealy and Unseelie courts?
What courts?
Oh, maybe it's lost in translation. Basically, what are your interactions with the people of Zareth?
They don't like us. No biggie.
Really? I can't imagine why.
He shrugs.
Hmm. Okay. We've also heard that there are folks like my friend over here, the feathered one, Kokra, the mountains. Do you know anything about them?
I mean, every so often one might come down here. That's about it.
Really? Huh. Okay. Interesting. And then finally, do you know anything about airships that have been flying through the sky?
Flying boats, never touched them.
Never touched them. Never met anybody aboard them.
Nope.
Recently, we saw one crash somewhere. It appeared to be in the vicinity of this village. Did you see anything like that?
I mean, we see a lot of shooting stars around here.
But not one that actually crashed and you could walk among the wreckage?
None of us really go that far.
See.
Well, unless there are any other questions, thank you for your time, Lord Dale.
Anytime.
We will, if we're out hunting and we have extra game, we'll bring it into town to feed your people for you.
I mean, you could just chase it into town. That also works.
Okay, sure. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bows.
Yeah,
And
Kozik's at
then
a bit of
backs
a
out.
loss. So he kind of bows and takes his leave also.
So, do you
Thank
guys?
you, kind sir, to the guy who opened the door for us.
Of course, and have a delicious day.
um, okay. I didn't like that way of thinking about the day. Just day. Okay, you guys. So, what did we learn from that interaction?
Not much. These are simple people without many interests, and
Possibly
they're
never follow strangers into their own town.
It's passive perception.
Well,
yes,
we
yes.
weren't like murdered or anything. We did meet the leader of this village. He knows who we are. He knows what we do. One important thing he did tell us, though, that the Arakokra come into town once in a while. So, Raul, that could mean that you're a native of this land. Maybe you were somehow separated from your people.
Maybe. I don't know.
Let's see, Raul.
Maybe they were looking for you. Maybe that's why they came to town.
Hey, Kozik,
Yeah.
feel free to give me a. You can give me an insight or a perception.
See. Either or. Let's do an insight. I'm feeling insightful. Let's see. Oh, okay. Huh. I guess I'm feeling particularly not insightful right now.
Oh man.
Can you
Man,
believe it?
you get this feeling that, man, everybody's eyeing you. Like everybody's just like staring, like maybe not daggers, but like when you're in a crowd and it just kind of feels like all eyes are on you, but they're kind of not, or maybe they're just hiding it. Like you feel like there's like side glances at you constantly.
Hmm.
Feeling about this place all of a sudden.
Okay,
Like
Kozak?
I think everything's fine, but we may want to move along. I don't know what more we can learn from this town.
Yeah. I think I agree. Maybe head back to Zareth. Didn't seem to be much going on here. Well, let's go have a delicious day.
You know what? Let me see here. No, I can't do it because it's like, oh, I have a special skill that I can like re-roll, but this isn't like a saving throw. This is just like a check, so I don't think I can do that. But
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
yeah, I'm getting the willies from this place, and I'm like, I think we should leave.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Kozik seems unusually like perturbed.
You did great in there, Kozak. Why are you freaking out, buddy?
You know what vibes are, Mr. Cha?
Yeah, I have them flowing through my body as we speak.
I'm picking up some particularly negative vibes. I can't place it.
Really? Oh, looks around at the people and starting to eyeball everything a little more closely. Does it seem like anybody's like doing anything
All we see
strange
is
or
like empty streets of stone and like dull people kind of looking out with like slightly hostile eyes. I'm like, I don't know, man.
I mean, you can give me a perception or an insight.
I'll go for insight too. Let's see if we can double that one this one. Here we go. Oh, okay,
That's
17.
better.
As soon as Kozik said, "You know what vibes are, Cha?" I just pictured an animated scene where Kozik is just kind of like leaning in to Cha. His eyes are kind of squinting. He's like, "You know what vibes are?" Cha's just kind of almost like put back a little. He's like, yeah."
We need to
That's
get
a
somebody to
that's
draw
a
that.
potential quote of the session.
Hey,
Do you
you're
know
right.
do you know what vibes are, Cha?
You know what vibes are?
Taking
So
up
with the
space.
17,
Music deep shaft. Yeah, with 17. Looking around, he's looking at the people, he's trying to pick up the bad vibes.
you don't really pick up bad vibes. People seem a little hungry though.
Hmm. Well, I'm sorry, Kozik. I don't have that same oppressive feeling you are, but it does look like the people could use some food, though. I don't think that the Lord Dale was joking about that one. However, he seemed pretty damn well fed, so I'm wondering if maybe he's overtaxing his people.
Do
My
we see
sir,
any?
he would never.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh
oh,
oh,
shit. We're
oh,
still pretty close to the door. Sorry about that.
oh.
Should we maybe hand out some rations?
I'm getting pretty low. Kind sir, can you tell us where food is most readily available in this area?
Well, my good sir, and this is definitely not the same butler you talk to. It's another
okay.
it's another man, ragged and torn clothes, fairly unassuming. It's kind of dirty.
Hmm.
I would
But he seems
never say
seems to
such
have
rude things about Dale.
This was just an observation. You all seem pretty underfed, and he seems well fed. I was just trying to make sure there's a balance.
Well, we have to eat too. There's only so many hunters out there.
Okay.
Oh, we could eat that guy.
Who's you Raul pointing to?
The fat guy. The well-fed guy, I should say.
Oh, don't tell people to eat other people. That's illegal.
I
Is it?
mean,
All right.
not
Rule
really.
number 7. Do not tell people to eat other people.
Yep, that's going in the rule book. We are going to have a rule book soon that Eldrin can have his face in.
I don't know if it's illegal
My
here or
friend was
not.
just my friend was just jesting, not ingesting. Ah, get it?
right.
Ha 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 ha.
Couldn't help myself.
Good
Forgive me.
one, sir.
Well, do you have a shortage of game in the area? Is that the problem here?
Well, our people are just. We have a voracious appetite.
Really? Oh, it's like more than usual.
What's usual to you?
Well, you said voracious, so I guess
Yes, we do love to eat. One could
okay.
say it's in our blood.
You know, you could eat more food if there were less people.
Rule number 8: don't talk about genocide. He's Raul.
Why not, Janet? I'm just saying, if you ate some of them, you would fill yourself up
Why?
by making less to fill.
Right.
Raul, do you eat people?
What, you meat?
Jeez.
I'm not
taking
a.
the rest.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
going
just
to be on watch
saying,
with you every night.
I'm not a people like you're a people, or you're not a people like Zed's a people.
Just
So
don't eat people.
I'm just saying, what is meat? Like, what's the difference between a people that's not the same people as me than me and a deer?
Goodness.
So what you're saying is you are perfectly edible.
I mean, meat is edible, sir. Like, okay, so is this guy like human, right?
Yes.
All right, so he's human, right? And I'm a bird, but that chicken's also a bird. So what's saying that he's not gonna, eat my kind, right? Because I'm different. So, when you got all this variety of people, where do you differentiate between what's food and what's not food,
Because you're talking about all these philosophies and thinking. That's normally what we call a people.
I mean, Alan can talk.
Yeah, we don't want to eat Alan either.
Yeah, but Mittens might want to eat Alan.
This doesn't have a stomach.
Which, I mean, true.
Anyway, aside from eating people, what do you people like to eat? Please tell me it's not people.
I mean, we enjoy eating meat.
Like, see,
Do you eat people like my friend Raul over here?
I mean, does he want us to eat him?
I don't do it on a regular. I'm just saying if it was offered, I might not turn it down.
I have to honestly with that if it was part of the local custom or something to be offered. Anyway, I mean, okay, so you like to eat meat. Um,
What
hey,
kind
maybe
of
we should go find you guys some meat and bring it into town so you can all get some meat. Y'all look a little underfed. What do you
I'm
say,
just gonna,
guys?
we're
We'll
not
go hunting
handing.
for a couple hours, bring these guys back some
Well, maybe, but we could also just bid these nice people a good day. Hope they find a meat mountain sometime, and we can all move on.
I'm gonna hand him a chunk of meat out of my bag. But there you go, on the house.
All right. So he takes the piece of meat, and where a normal human jaw would, have a maximum, opening, it's almost like the bottom half of his face detaches from the top half.
It's like Baraka or a snake.
Let me look at Baraka. I think it'd be more Baraka.
Shoot him with Eldritch Blast
Yep.
immediately.
It looks more like Baraka.
Like Baraka, that's what I envisioned it is. Like real, almost creepy, monster-esque face opens up.
And he just kind of chomps it down. Oh,
Like I was saying, we should all get the fuck out of here now.
HR, different people eat different things, you know? See, look at that.
do you have any more of this? It's quite delicious.
Oh, yeah, here you go. Well, I'm going to hand him another one.
Raoul, I think that's quite enough. We might need that, I say, and kind of wink at him. Ha ha ha.
That's the last one I got. You can have it.
All right. Unselect that. He eats it within seconds. Once again. And you kind of see like some other townsfolk like turning to this debacle.
You ever, like, we've all hunted before, right? And I'm going to say this to the party. You ever, like, that predator versus prey? Like when you get eyes on like the deer you're about to shoot and that, like, mentality you get? I kind of feel like a deer right now.
I would say that I'd have to agree with you a little bit about that, Mr. Raoul.
As I was saying, we should be getting the fuck out of here.
Mr. Zed, by the people looking at us from over there, I don't think they're going to let us.
I think they're going to have to let us through. And
Are we surrounded? Or are we like what set this sort of scene for us, Cubed? Because
Well, there's
if there is a way out, Zed's gonna start just
so people
walking.
are starting to come out of their houses, kind of peeking
The
out
raw meat.
windows.
Lowered them.
Imagine like a zombie apocalypse, and you just threw a fresh corpse out into the road.
I'm going to keep dialogue with him and be like, by the way, you got a place I could buy some stuff?
Of course. There's the shop just over there.
What do you sell there?
Well, let's see. They sell some bones. If you want some charms.
Do you mind showing us over there? Take us over there real quick.
Of course. Do you have any more of that? It's kind of like, at this point, his mouth is just kind of in permanent Baraka face, like the large teeth, sort of, jaw that can open larger than it needs to be.
I don't, but I tell you what, if they got some at the shop, I'll buy you some. Special treat on me.
I'm quite certain there's none in the shop. I would have eaten it all by now.
Well, after we get some supplies from the shop, how about I go hunt for you for a second, and I'll bring you something fresh back.
Oh.
But how fresh do you want it? Do you want me to cook it, or do you just want it raw?
I mean, the fresher the better.
I kind of like it raw myself, a bit.
And he leads you over to, like, it's not really a shop, right? Because it's just the size of the location. But yeah, he leads you to the door of this tiny little. I mean, it's a slightly bigger hut than or house than the others. Um, it doesn't really have anything that stands out. It's just sort of a little house there.
Guys, you wanna wait here? We'll go in, see what you got, see if there's anything we need.
Together.
Oh, okay, all right. Figure just in case you might need to like skedaddle.
Raoul, do you not understand?
I mean,
Understand what?
we got a bit of an agreement. I'm gonna go hunt for them real quick. I mean, I think it's fine.
Yeah, let's go hunt for them. They're hungry.
Absolutely famished.
I
Man,
look
you
at
just
you
had
Zed
what.
two
with
big chunks of meat and you're still hungry?
a knowing look of like I'm on his wavelength.
On his
Tell you
vibe.
what.
Two
These
am on it.
knuckleheads are happy to walk into the cave of death.
I too am right on board with Zed and Kozik, but I don't want to cause alarm, and I'm remaining friendly and helpful.
Oz totally doesn't understand anybody else and is still on the wavelength that he's helping these people.
So, all right. I tell you what. Chaw, why don't you stick here with Raoul? Kozik, would you like to go with me? We could maybe go try and hunt, do two things at once there. That's the whole point of having a group, eh?
Yeah, I
Break
think
into two smaller groups.
Yeah, you guys,
Get
it's dangerous
twice
out
as
there.
much
If we're gonna
done.
go,
Fantastic.
no, if we're gonna go hunting, we should go hunt together. It's dangerous out there. Come upon all kinds of weird stuff. Hey, Raul, let's go hunt with these guys.
Right
So
now,
Yeah.
you open the the door. He opens the door for you, and inside there's this little like general shop. It's like maybe some farmer's tools on the walls, some like just sort of like your random assortment of stuff that maybe they've just collected.
Oh, nice shot.
collected
Well
from
organized.
their victims. All right. Well, sir.
You guys do much farming here? That might help with your food problems.
Well, you see, none of us seem to be able to do it well.
Now Chaw's starting to feel a little weirded out.
Because there's
He's
farming
like,
equipment.
Finally, he's starting to be like, you watch the guy eat two big hunks of meat and is still famished, and have a general store full of farming equipment that nobody can use. Now he's starting to get weirded out. Be like, oh,
But did you guys like go in to check the stuff out?
I'm still like holding the door handle. Like,
we're gonna have to go
Chaw's,
in and check it out.
Chaw's kind of
well,
back away
wait.
from it now.
Wait a second, guys. Give me sir. If I give you a bit of coin, do you mind going in and getting some traveling supplies from the shopkeep for me while I talk to them and figure out what we're trying to do? Everybody seems to be like on different wavelengths right now.
I suppose I can do that, yes.
But how much do you think that would be?
I'd have to go in and ask.
Well,
and as you're kind of having this conversation, there's people just kind of eyeballing you from like across the street.
Okay, Kozik, I think I know what you're talking
mean,
about. Bad vibes.
If you want to come in and see for yourself, might be a little, I don't know, more beneficial to you.
You know what, sir? We're not really farmers either. We're hunters. So we're going to go hunt for you. We have all the tools we need. So thanks anyway for that.
Oh no, I insist. Wouldn't want to
At
be
this point,
rude.
Kozik is almost
And he's
ready to go in the trap.
And he's just kind of like looking at the other people that are just slowly meandering towards the shop.
Shaw's eyes start to turn deep blood red. He stares at the guy. I insist.
I am gonna cast a spell. And I'm gonna cast it. It says within an area within range that is no longer than a 20-foot cube, up to 30 feet away. So on one of the like doors of like the people that are looking at us, I'm gonna cast alarm on their door so when they open it, it goes off away from us.
Cool.
People are just kind of watching you as you're going up to a random person's door and doing something with it. They probably don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I don't know if I have the materials for it.
Well, it's a good thing you're in the general shop.
Disregard that.
That's the
I saw-
DM being like, go into the
Yeah.
store.
All right. I need a bell and silver wire.
Go to the store.
I think. All right. That's gonna kind of nudge Cha and acknowledge that we're all on the same
Yeah.
wavelength, but just kind of say, as long as we're together, right? Kind of
Yeah.
notion that we might as well just walk inside.
Is very uncomfortable at the thought of being trapped inside. Like maybe he's had experiences like this before.
Hey,
He's
mate,
like,
if we need to, we'll tear
Do
this whole
you-
building down.
um, okay, all right. All right, we'll go in your general shop and check out the farming equipment.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Cha, who's always carrying his staff anyway, is just like gripping it a little tighter as he's carrying it like a walking stick.
So do you guys all go in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I kind of say to Zed under my breath, I think we can handle anything these ragamuffins throw at us.
Zed'll just nod to
Hope you didn't hear
Kozak and
that.
try to not smirk.
Go ahead.
That's a good
All right.
name for us too, the ragamuffins.
So you all step inside, and you can clearly see that there's like pedestals with like some varying degrees of just like random knickknacks. There seems to be no rhyme or reason to the assortment of things in here, but there is a counter, and behind the counter is another human. He looks like middle-aged, like long black hair. His clothes are at least clean. And you can kind of hear the door close behind you.
What's our game plan, you guys?
Welcome to my shop. Oh, wait,
Uh.
I have an even better shopkeeper. What are you buying?
Hey,
Well,
you got supplies?
Of
Yeah,
course,
well,
I've got supplies. Look around.
we're looking for something, right? Cool.
Well, yeah. You got any like You got well, I need like 50 feet of rope. You got that?
Of course.
This is gonna sound a bit strange. You got any like butter, or you got any food that's rotten, like you don't want?
No food here.
Like even spoiled, like it went bad. You didn't go to any of that?
None of that. I keep a clean business.
You
And
got
with that 24 perception, I'll say you see it. So there, some of the pedestals kind of look like they maybe are breathing or like shifting awkwardly.
Oh, we've walked into a mimic room.
Uh,
You got a small silver mirror by chance?
Hmm. Let me roll to see if he'd have one. Yes, I think I have a mirror broken, but I am no individual who's capable of fixing mirrors. I just collect knickknacks.
Oh, well, I think I know a guy that might be able to fix it.
Yeah, possibly.
yeah, right.
I tell you what, is there anything else in this shop that might need fixing? I could help you out.
All of the fixins.
Uh, that didn't sound
Ev-
right.
Wait, well, everything in here needs fixing.
Well,
That
over
was
there, and he points to like a shovel that looks pretty old and worn, like the wood on it's like splintered. Maybe upon closer inspection, a drop of blood on it or something.
Then it was a double entendre. Don't you get it?
Oh, oh, oh. Right.
You guys, I'm getting the
Um,
heebie-jeebies.
so, uh, what else were you looking for, bro?
I'm gonna slowly walk over next to the guy that brought us in here, and I'm gonna real quietly see if I can do it. I don't know. It's just a tap of the foot is what I'm gonna do. So, um, and I'm gonna cast this on the ground underneath him.
Okay.
Ooh,
Nice.
you also just gave me an idea, but we might be in some shit based on how this goes.
Hmm, an interesting trick you have there. At this point, you can definitely tell the man's voice sounds a little different. But at least they're not in here.
Like, know what that means?
Who?
So,
Who's
so are you asking?
who's not in here?
Everyone else.
Why does that matter?
Okay, right. You said at least they're not in here, insinuating that that's possibly a good thing.
Yes.
And why is that?
They are hungry people.
Are you too?
I'm always
Well,
hungry.
obviously hungry, he ate.
Oh
Right. So,
man.
but they are like, this is all a town. You're all kind of the same people, right? Or
Of course, we're all the same type of people.
okay.
You're
Just a
getting this big.
random question: is that the only door to this establishment? The one just I'm not even sure why I asked that.
It is now.
Hmm.
Hmm?
It does also I guess out. It doesn't matter if he saw the snare; he's still in it.
Yeah.
So so if he moves, I guess it still worked. He's just on to me.
Guys, I think I'm starting to have a panic attack. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
So I'm gonna do a thing that you guys might not like.
I
Um,
Well,
We have options.
while you're kind of having all these considerations, the shopkeep chimes in. And there's something we can get for you, or and he kind of eyes the individual that brought you in, and they both nod to each other. And at this point, because you rolled a 24, you're definitely sure some of the objects in here are not actually objects.
So at that noticing of the nod, I'm gonna look at the shopkeep and I'm gonna step away from the guy in the doorway and hit him with my javelin.
Oh, here we go. Now we're talking.
I'll just say you outright kill him.
Oh,
Damn.
Well, I
It
wouldn't
explodes.
suggest that, but
Javelin of lightning.
so you,
Jesus.
as you hit the individual, he just kind of melts away, and at that
Oh.
point, you see the door begin to open. Well, if you're going to be attacking us, this was the only safe haven you had. Now we throw you to the wolves.
Throws himself against the door, tried to shut it.
Give me a strength check. At this point, this guy has doesn't seem angry. Well, he does seem a little mad. And when you did that, all the objects in the you
Fuck.
do not.
Ah,
Are we?
All of the
Are we?
objects in the shop spring to life. Little teeth everywhere.
You said the door's open?
The door is opening. Because it kind of looked like a mucus covering, and it's just sort of melting away.
All right, hold on.
we keep talking
Does-
about safe haven. What are you people?
Does this guy seem like he's orchestrating this?
The door opening, or
All
mucus.
all of this. Can I roll for some sort of like perception or something to see if it seems like the guy who's snared that led us into the shop is orchestrating all of this in some way, shape, or form? Like
you can
having
give me
this
an
all
insight.
happen. Insight? All right.
I want to throw a ration of that meat
You have no idea.
outside so he moves out of the snare, triggering it.
We
But
also have
goes
a
outside.
nat 1 to deal with. So I almost feel like before you do that, we have to deal with this nat 1.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
door.
what's
So the
going
door
on?
was opening. So essentially, this man was like, "You attack before you even try to talk to us, just like the others. Fine, we throw you to the wolves then."
Wait.
And the
Or
door
explain
opens.
then. Ah,
And outside you see a crowd of basically imagine barakas, but they don't even have like humanoid bodies anymore. They're just kind of amalgamations of like what seems like some sticky viscous fluid covering their bodies and just gaping maws with huge tongues.
I love
my
it.
gods.
And now that kind of the jig is up, you can even see the floor beneath you start to shift, almost like it's retracting away from you.
Feel like this entire place is an illusion.
God just casts thaumaturgy and screams. So the entire place is shaking. He's gonna attack the next thing that comes at him.
Are you doing intimidation?
I think so, yeah. So like trying to tell them all to stop. That a try? Intimidation? Sure. A 10.
Yeah, it's a roll.
Did we all get inspiration or just
Just
Cha?
cha. So there's a moment of hesitation from like some of them that are about to breach the doorway.
We're not your enemies. We don't know what's going on. You're freaking us out, though.
They are
Explain
hungry.
yourself.
Oh, they want to fucking
We
eat us.
were trying to save you. Maybe
Well,
even
why
work
didn't
out
you
a
say
deal.
something? Why didn't you say something then? Gods! Freaking us out. Look, your
I
plinth
don't
coming
think he was
alive.
trying to save us. He definitely insisted we come into this trap.
What kind of deal are you talking about?
You offered to bring me food. Me and the
Yeah?
shop here also have deals. You
You and the
attacked us
shop?
first. You're no better than that town. I should just
I
let them
didn't
eat you.
attack us per se. I attacked him. And I'm just saying, now you don't have to worry about sharing the meat with him anymore.
Our friend is a little crazy. I didn't want to attack anybody. I wanted to help. But but this is very strange. What kind of deal would you like to make? If you're still willing to make a deal, otherwise we're going to fight, and we're really good at it. So many people will die. What do
Like you
you
said,
want?
if there's less of them, then I guess we'll have more for us, right?
Well, that depends. You want to help us make less of them so there's more for you?
Well, you killed the one that would be keeping them out.
Well, yeah, I'm saying you help us kill them, and then there's less of them for you to deal with,
Are
meaning
you
more
different than
people
the
for
people
you.
out there, or what? What is the difference?
I was
See,
ready to broker a deal after you finished all of your merchant and purchases, and then you went ahead and killed old Frank.
I mean, what deal were we making? It seems like there was a bit one side. It seems not like a deal. It seems like you were about to extort us.
Well, now I could definitely extort you. And he, you know what? He'll willingly step out of the trap, which was right in front of the door, just to let other people in.
Does it
Wait.
trigger it, though? That's
Here's
the
what it
Listen,
says.
we're
thing.
sorry. We're sorry about old Frank. We didn't know. We thought this was a
Let's see
trap.
a dex saving throw.
What kind of deal would
Nope.
you broker?
Hold on, I'm reading what the snare does. Creatures restrained. Can make a dex saving throw at the end of each turn. Ending effect itself. Success alternative. Creative someone. Okay. So he doesn't pass the dex save, so he's just standing there. But he can still be considered a friendly and let others through.
Yeah, so it will. Creature moves onto the ground or floor, leaving it hanging upside down 3 feet above the ground.
Oh, in that case, he's definitely not in the way.
So yeah, it flips him upside down and lifts him up off the ground.
But funny
Close the
thing
doors.
about that, because when he flips upside down, his leg just kind of melts away and sort of
Oh,
reforms. Very ooze-like in composition.
That's great. I hate it here. Wasted a spell on this guy.
what's going on here? Listen, do some explaining, or there's going to be bodies.
Hey, you started this.
No,
And he points to
started it.
Raoul.
I didn't start it. I want to stop this. Raul, stop killing people and eating them too, probably. What can we do?
Unless you're able to bring old Frank back to life.
Shit.
And you can kind of see the walls of the building start to turn like unhealthy, almost like rapid rapid necrosis starting to set in.
So I would
As
like
if the
to.
life of this whatever it was has been abruptly taken away from it.
I don't know if we can do this while Veldrin is away, but Veldrin has that pool of healing. Could we possibly heal this old Frank and bring them back to life? It's been too long since he was taken out.
There's a lot of people that spare the dying.
Spare the dying. Okay, so maybe we could get Veldrin to spare the dying on Frank. And then Chow will explain. Listen, our friend is going to stabilize your friend old Frank, okay? He won't be dead. He'll just be resting. We can heal him later.
Why should I trust you? You openly attack us just like they do.
Who's they?
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Believe me, we don't
The
want to
fuck
have
those
violence.
fuckers in Zareth.
I just kind of think he was asking.
No, we get it. We understand. It was a mistake. Okay, listen, my friend Veldrin, look. It's casting a spell. It will keep your friend in a suspended state until they recover. Okay, they are not dead now.
Doesn't justify you attacking us.
You're right. It was a mistake. We won't do it again. Good faith will trust what you're saying.
So talking about justifications and things like that,
What
if
justified
we
them attacking
were
us?
if we were not to have done anything to the shopkeeper, you're telling me that we would have been able to just walk out of here and not had the attention of the rest of the crowd folk there?
They were
That's a good
already looking
question.
at you with hungry eyes. Frank
So
was
What's going
actually
to happen in here?
Frank was
So-
actually willing to carry us out.
Frank, you're
But he's
telling
very
me that
much
that gent
unconscious
there
now.
was going to carry all of us out of the only door that exists in this premises
He
through
Ba-
that
he-
crowd of
he
hungry
basically
folk.
so he basically face palms when you're saying this. Frank is the building.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
I got
Oh,
an
we fucked up.
idea.
All right.
I've got an idea. I don't know. You like it, but I'm just gonna. I'm not
Listen,
gonna
Frank.
try.
Raoul, hold on.
Frank.
Before
Frank is
you do anything,
stabilized, so the building should be stabilizing as well.
Raoul, you've had a lot of ideas today. Before you actually act on it, what is the idea,
I'm just kind of tired of this guy.
Raoul?
Yeah.
We we probably shouldn't be thinking along those lines.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the door is still open.
Well, he's been
Close
very
the door.
helpful.
Niyavara, get up
I mean-
against the door.
The sinus, and he's just kind of perturbing me a bit.
Oh, he's very annoying.
Well, yeah, but, I'm a bit past annoyed. Frank, you know what happened to that guy? I've got more than about 15 16ths of a mind to this guy.
Oh, stop! Jeez, you're gonna get us all killed.
Oh, yeah, but as long as he is one of them, I think I'm okay with it.
Well, we're not. Listen, Niyavara, get up against the door with Veldrin. Please shut the door.
They shut the door between the two of them. It's very squishy. Almost like it's barely able to hold itself together.
Veldrin, can you give healing to this building man and get him back on his feet?
Let me see something. What Veldrin?
And I know Veldrin has that pool of healing. If not a cure wounds spell or
Features.
something like that.
What's devotion?
Yeah, I
He'd
should
help
have
you
to
get
lay
those
on
person
hands.
back on their feet.
Yep, she can lay on hands for one. Or he can lay on hands for one.
Okay, can we do that to this guy and bring him back to 1 point?
Yeah.
Veldrin, do your stuff. You're the quietest character ever. But man, you sure come through when we need some healing. Lay it on, buddy.
A singular tap.
Walks up and just
Meanwhile,
like tucks in. There you go.
meanwhile, there's like all sorts of tiny little. I mean, at this point, you kind of ascertain what they are. Like several just little mimics are running around, just like nyang 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 nyang.
Oh my god, they're so cute actually. Look at those
Build it
little
down.
suckers.
Oh, I hate it here.
So
They're
Probably
almost like
keep a
little
chill pill, okay?
they're almost like little marionette dolls at this point, just kind of roaming.
with the
This sure
snare
reminds me of
ability,
hell.
Yeah, he's amorphous, so
So Frank is alive again. Hopefully the guy notices.
well, the walls seem to. Hold on, let me figure something out. 14, 11,
Oh, nice.
2. Okay, he passes death saves, so you did save him.
Yay.
Jeez.
with the snare ability, is that something
Wait.
that Raul
Fine.
would have control over to be
Yep, he
able
would've passed.
to like cancel it, or is it just is
Yeah, it's
now this
concentration.
person? Okay.
He fell out of it though.
Yeah, you kind of ascertain that
Oh,
he is
you got
amorphous.
this?
Because his leg was like
That was
goopy.
the okay.
Yeah, but I did lose
So
25 feet of my rope.
um
So we brought your friend back, all right? We're willing to talk.
At this
Raul,
point, you can
cool
kind of
down
hear
for a
the
minute.
you can hear the sounds of like people beating on like the outside.
Jeez, what is this place, man? Can you explain?
What's there to explain? We're a town of mimics. We're hungry.
Everybody?
He points to every object running around.
So
oh my god.
do you want to
Hey.
eat us too, or what? Why aren't you wanting to
So
eat us like these people?
You said
Boy,
you'd
burn it.
hunt for me.
Well, yeah,
If I ate you now, then that would be less food for me later.
okay, so you're strictly not eating us because we said we'd hunt for you. I guess that's fair.
Even though so we tried to go hunt for you and you insisted that we came into here.
Yes, because you were stirring up a ruckus, throwing food out there.
They were gonna eat us out
Would
there,
that
is what he's
would that
saying.
not be what we did once we went hunting for you?
What happens if I throw more food right now?
You'd have to open a door and do it. I mean, I'd eat it.
Tell you what, and I hope this applies based on the knowledge that we just learned. But Zed is going to cast Charm Person
Oh,
on the individual that led us in here.
So, actually, you wouldn't know that yet, because, okay. So you cast Charm Person.
Yes.
You see the sparkles and everything. All right. You cast it. I mean, what's it look like when you cast Charm Person?
I would say it's more or less somewhat inconspicuous,
Oh,
just
shit.
based on how Zed would try and use it.
Already 10, 20,
But
shit.
he would reach his hand into his pocket and he would grab a hold of the Raven coin talisman that he has, and he would make some sort of noise. He would almost scoff or kind of like cough to himself or something. That's not, you know. He's trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. And the spell itself, more or less, would be if it works, there'd be kind of a maybe a slight shimmer almost on the edge. If you were to look at someone's silhouette, it would just be the outline of them.
Kind of looks like you
And
glitter bomb them.
but yeah, but not, but only again, only like not all over, but just kind of on the edge of their outline, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So you just kind of
To
see the sparkle a little
yeah.
bit.
To which the sparkle disappears instantly.
Wow, that was pretty. Okay, listen, dude. We'll hunt for you. How do you get us out of here?
I was gonna have old Frank walk you out of town
All right.
before
Well,
you
that's
caused a
not enough.
ruckus.
We didn't know. They said they were hungry. We all gave them some food.
They
And
gave
what are you
me
gonna
food.
do?
They want food too.
Well, we didn't know everybody was just gonna freak out over a couple pieces of meat.
Well, if you've seen how rats work, you throw one some food and the rest of them swarm and eat each other. Or just try to
This
eat
was a
whoever's throwing
town.
the food.
You're mimics, so why don't you mimic being rats if that's how you're gonna act?
Because we don't taste that good. We eat meat. Mimics aren't made of meat. And he flops his arm in front of you, and it goes from a normal arm to just like a pseudopod.
Whoa. Whew. Man, this is a different world.
Listen, you said you were gonna hunt. And I brought you in here so they didn't eat you, so you can bring me more food. That was the
Right.
deal.
That's the deal.
And I guess
What do we
Frank,
do?
because you almost killed Frank. And I'm sure he's gonna want
Right.
something.
We apologize. We'll go get you some meat. Is it hard for mimics to hunt?
Definitely. We sit around as inanimate objects. In the wilds, animals don't care.
All right. We'll go hunt you some game. We'll bring it back to the cabin, and then we'll hit the road. All right? No harm, no foul. You can get back to whatever your business is in this weird ass town.
Well, I mean, still foul. And then he points to Raoul.
Well, sure. No permanent foul.
I mean, he is a bird.
I know, double entendre. Very
What
clever.
are you doing to me?
He was complimenting you.
I don't think he was.
He said your feathers are pretty and very soft.
Well, he shouldn't touch them. You stay over there.
Can I touch them?
Yes.
Yes.
I walks over and strokes Raoul's soft head feathers. They're very nice. Look how clean you keep them.
Well, I'd probably say you want to go
Alright.
out the back door then.
I thought there was only
Okay.
one door. So you're a liar.
There was. But now that
It's a
Frank's
mimic.
alive,
It's a mimic building. You do what he wants, right?
and he waves his pseudopod arm again.
Frank, we're very sorry. No hard feelings.
Feelings are not mutual in that show.
Well, on my account anyway.
I'm not sorry for what I did to Frank at all. I'm just muttering under my breath over here, seething in rage.
All right, we'll go out the back door. We're going to go hunt
Said
some game.
nothing this whole time. Says, "Can we just get out of here now?"
Well, we're making a deal so we can get out of here safely, okay?
Let's go out the back door.
Yes. We'll go out the back door. We're gonna hunt some game. We'll leave it at the back door. You'll never see us again. Deal?
Aw, but you don't want to keep hunting for me?
Well, we'll talk about it later.
I look forward to it. Food is
All right,
delicious.
then.
Meat.
We'll get you some nice venison or bear or something, or whatever is out there.
Sweet. And as you start going out the back door, you can hear him, you can hear like the door in the front sort of, I guess, creak open. Nobody in here. We ate them already. You can go home now. And the crowd totally believes him. And they're just like, we're so hungry.
Man. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's like, oh, man. Dang it. And then it almost seems like everything's returned to normal, like when you first, kind of the sounds of, an active town, active people, just kind of doing stuff.
I'm gonna whisper to Chaw, we're totally not hunting for that guy. Fuck this place.
Jeez. All right, dude. We'll see you later, okay?
All right.
We head out the back door. Now
You
into
have
the woods. Quietly.
effectively cut a deal.
Jeez.
And it's 10:30, so we'll probably be wrapping up in a second here.
Can't believe we pulled that off. Jeez. Okay, so Cha made a deal. He comes from a land of deals. He's gonna stick to the deal, even if nobody else wants to. And he's gonna go out there and he's gonna hunt some game, some birds, some whatever kind of this game is running around. He's gonna get out there, sneak up on it, hide in trees, drop down on it, use his darts, take things out from a distance.
Yes, we do know that there's game here, right? There's birds. The cat keeps killing them.
Definitely small
Cha's gonna
birds.
do his best. He's gonna do his best not to kill anything that talks or seems sentient.
So you sneak up on like a grizzly bear or something, and you're like, "Are you sentient?" No? Okay, good.
He'll do his best. If it's not wearing a vest or something,
Yeah. Got a
and a
straw
tie,
hat.
a vest and a tie. Basically, he's not going to kill Yogi Bear.
You guys could have totally taken the town. They
That's
only
what I'm
filter in
saying.
one at a time.
I was ready.
But in before
Start throwing.
in before Frank completely decayed away into a pool of ooze and then you're completely surrounded. But until then, you were fine.
I was gonna grab a chunk of dead flesh, and I was gonna toss this caustic brew on the crowd. Kill them all.
Hey,
Funny thing
Go
about that
for it,
dead
man.
flesh, there was none.
go for it. Go ahead and attack the town.
We would need to buy supplies if the whole town's dead. There's nobody to pay.
There were no supplies. It was fake. It was all fake.
Well,
What?
there might have been something somewhere.
Well, there was some stuff
None
in
of
there
it.
that was actual supplies. That was just mostly little mimics.
Well, I bet the plump guy. I bet he had stuff. We could have killed the town and then went and killed him, and then what? Would we even need to adventure anymore? We got a whole town. That's
Why do
ours.
we need to kill a whole town? Is that why we're here to kill whole towns?
Sounds like a perfect time to become a landlord.
You want to kill all the mimics and take over their town.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
what you want?
yeah. I've been living in a tree for like 3 years now.
And now this is your ambition?
Eh.
Kill the whole town, take it over?
To be a homeowner sounds pretty good.
You know what? More power to you, Raul. Go kill the whole town and become a landlord.
I could be like Lord Kosick over here. I could be a lord.
Go for
You
it.
know, really, I didn't need to kill the whole town. I really didn't like that guy specifically. And
That's understandable.
I was prepared to kill him, and then in return, the whole town was going to attack us, and then snowball.
Yes.
It just rolls into, then you kill the whole town. And then what do you do with the town once they're all dead? I mean, you can't just like leave. I mean, what
That's
happens
why I
to it?
tried to keep the snowball from snowballing, and it worked.
No, we could have had a town. I'm just saying. Keep that in the back of your mind for later. Next town we come to, you just take it. You got free will. Nothing's stopping us.
Look, you could go take the town right now. I don't want the town, but go take the town. It's yours.
I mean,
I was trying to respect the mimic culture, which is obviously very different than ours, and allow them to go about their existence.
when
I
you
don't
put
know
it
about this
that
place.
way, seems, you know,
They didn't seem particularly evil, just hungry.
I get sometimes when I get a bit hungry, get a little angsty. So I'll get it, I guess, when you put it in terms like that.
Yeah, right. I mean, they weren't rude to us or anything. Perfectly helpful. I wonder why the Lord didn't try to eat us though. Why was he? Was he a mimic too? He seemed very full, like the head mimic.
Maybe he eats it. I'll bet there's a lot of stuff inside of him if we were to kill him.
Yeah. Well,
I
anyway,
say,
I'm gonna go hunt a little bit, and we can think about killing Lord Dale later on.
what if
How about
we
that?
don't? What if we don't give the meat to that guy and we just take it to the Lord and then see what happens?
That's an idea.
So did
Well,
we just
first,
like exit the town? Like out, we went out the back and then shuffled off, and now we're just away from the town.
Yep.
yeah,
Okay, cool. I just didn't know where we quite left it at.
I think we
Yeah,
kind
he
of
pretty
snuck
much
out
went
into
out the
the woods.
back and he convinced the town that you guys are already eaten.
And there we go. All right, I gotta head out, you guys. That was awesome.
I will say, yeah, but if he convinced the town that we were already eaten and then we show back up, possible issues there.
Could be,
Could be.
or they
We could
forgot what we looked like.
Start a civil war.
What if we disguise ourselves as mimics and go back in? Now that we know what they look like.
So
So many
disguise yourself as an
possibilities.
amorphous thing. Look
Well,
at me, I'm an amorphous blob.
As a disguise.
yeah. I mean, they were kind of assuming
Super meta.
themselves to be like people.
Yeah. Take care, Cha.
All right,
Later.
everybody. See you next week. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.
Later, man. right.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna end stream then if we're done with the session.
Yep, I'm wrapping this stream up. Alright, y'alls.
All right, cool. Yeah, good work, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yep,
I'll see you later.
next week. Alright. That was a fun little session. That could have been a lot worse, but you know what? The fact that they were just like, yeah, we have spared the dying, I was like, you know what? I'll allow it. And then I was just like, let's also check to see like how long this thing will maintain its form, and it passed the death save. So I was like, you know what? All right. It was kind of an afterthought because I didn't expect him to do that, but I was like, let's do some death saves, and it passed. So 14, 11, 2, 9, 17, 3 passes. So I was like, you know what? The dice were guiding anyway. So with that, oh, that's muted. Cool. With that, gonna wrap up the stream here. I will get the last end this episode. I gotta get that uploaded to the Ubes tubes. But either way, at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all's watching. Oh man, my bitrate's all over the place. Yeah, appreciate y'all's watching. And we'll be back at it again. Well, we'll be back at The Fallen, episode 19 next Tuesday at I say 7, but at this point, probably between like 7:15 and 7:30, considering how long it takes to get started up and people to get in and etc. But I hope you guys have a good morning, evening, or whatever is in between for you. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. What's today? Today is Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Yep, I'll be back at the variety game streaming tomorrow, unless anything explodes or happens. So, until then, old Dungeon Master Cube signing out. We'll meet again soon, friends. Soon. Da 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 da.